connect in like a second.
All right. Dude, hey, Tal, I've been chilling out all day. Oh, I can talk comfortably right now. Got a little bit. Oh. All right. What's up? Give me 1 second. Let me put on a shirt. I was just relaxing. All right. So we're talking today
about religion, the big R.
About religion.
Yeah,
yes.
Well, I don't know if you've ever seen the Austin and I debates where he tries to persuade me on religion, and where essentially Austin just tries to persuade me on religion, and then I just argue with him about why religion it doesn't really suit me. But now I'm just kind of like gathering people's faiths and like want to hear about their own beliefs and whatnot.
Sure.
Are you religious?
Sure. No, I'm not. No.
Are you like atheist or agnostic?
I'm an atheist. I'm actually closer to what's called an anti-theist. In that I don't just believe that religion isn't true. I think it's a bad thing.
Sorry, I was laughing.
Frankly.
I just saw Tal's comment. I think the big R was No, yeah. Tal, not that big R.
No, the metaphysical R.
Yeah.
Better say.
The argumentative R.
Sure.
So, like, were you always that belief, or did it, like, come about as you got older?
I actually grew up as a Presbyterian, and then I went Methodist for a little bit. I never actually left the church when I was listening to a sermon about, how the gays are, we don't hate the sin, we hate the sin, not the sinner. And,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that that's actually possible when you talk about gays like some Christians.
I don't think you can really use hate like in a church. Like I always personally felt hate and God should never go together, because all the Bible preaches is like love, and so I don't understand how people ever like preach hate. Like, it doesn't really make sense to me.
Well, that's not actually what the Bible teaches. Have you ever read the Bible like all the way through?
I've read some of it, but not like cover to cover.
Okay.
No.
For me, the most eye-raising passages are definitely in Leviticus, Numbers, Romans.
There was a Deuteronomy, I think it was 17:3, and it was like those who choose another faith, take them to the gates and stone them. And Tal.
Yeah.
And I got to the point where I was like, yeah, I don't see how people like justify that. They're like, oh, but it means metaphorically stone someone. And I'm like,
no, that's obviously not.
I'm like, that doesn't make sense.
No,
like,
well,
or they try to like justify, like at least be honest. Like, yeah, that's what your Bible says.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the main thing I hear now is, well, a lot of people put it off. They go, oh, well, that's only the Old Testament. That's I hear that all the time. Of course, is the Bible perfect or not? That's a whole different discussion. Apparently, only.
But my thing is, that's still your Bible.
Right. Of course. Well, it's man-made, for one thing.
Yeah.
But if we look at the New Testament, I mean, you've still got some of the same immoral principles. Whoever is without sin can may cast the first stone. So that's. Yeah, it's not a debate. You don't have to. It's a conversation.
Tal's always trying to start something up in here. Like, if Tal could, he would want us to like be fighting and like me cussing you out. Tal's like the anti-Chris, not the anti-Christ, the anti-Chris. Like
Uh-huh.
he just wants to be the opposite of Chris. He wants to see Chris's happen.
I'm
Oh,
not. I'm not. I'm not worried about it. If he wants to
okay. These
debate me
comments are gonna
sometime,
fight though.
but no. I mean, you know, whoever is without sin casts the first stone. That means that if I'm without sin, I can't even raise a fist to, Charles Manson, another, pretty
Mm.
pretty immoral juncture, or take no thought for the morrow.
But isn't that kind of hypocritical? If you were without sin and cast a stone at someone, wouldn't you be then a sinner?
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't.
That's why I always think
Yeah.
about it. I'm like, okay, wait. I'm like, if I was without sin and I threw a stone at someone and killed them, I would have committed murder, and then I would have a sin on
Well,
my
actually,
foot.
no, because it's not thou shall not commit murder, because actually, um, God, God, the Bible mandates the genocide of the Amalekites, the Mennonites, couple of few other ancient tribes to make room for this.
I mean, the town that they killed because everyone was wasn't it like cross dressing and
Well, I think they were servants of Baal. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just thinking of that one town in general where I know the story of the woman who looked back and like got turned into a pillar of salt. Isn't it like Solomon or something?
I can't
remember.
recall that particular story, but I mean there's plenty of injunctions to do murder in the Old Testament. Not as much in the New. They really cleaned up God's act in the New.
Yeah. I just don't understand how you could take half the Bible and be like, "This is the half I want to read," and I'm like, but it's a Bible. Like it's the full thing. You're with it or you're not with it. You can't just pick it apart. I can't pick apart like Hitler's book and be like, I like this part, and like, well, you didn't see all the other parts.
Well, and actually, Hitler, the first treaty he ever signed was it's called the Concord Act, and he signed it with the Vatican. First treaty he ever signed, and it actually led to the dissolution of the Catholic Center Party to give the National Socialist Party a full run. The Catholic Church actually celebrated Hitler's birthday from the pulpit until his death. So, that's an interesting thing to note. Fascism and the Catholic right were pretty synonymous back in the 1940s.
I think Tal just had like a major seizure on his keyboard because I don't know what he was trying to say.
I've stopped paying attention, so. Thank you. I know. What's up?
But for me, like, I don't know. I go back and forth because some people say like, oh well, didn't fake. Well, Austin's argument to me was, oh, but if you live in a world where it's not going to hurt you to pick a faith, isn't it better to have one and possibly be wrong? And I'm like, that doesn't really make sense because if I don't agree with it, I don't agree with it.
Yeah, well, I mean, people who pick and choose out of their Bible don't really impress me very much. Nav, I'll hit you up whenever, and no, I'm straight. I'm not sure that I sound that emasculine. But whatever.
Well, just ignore Tao. He ships me with literally anyone that I debate. Oh yeah. With. I think if I debated like with a dog, Tao would be like, I ship it.
Whatever. He needs to find some new jokes.
Tal, he's calling you out. The roast of Tal. Can we do that? We need group.
I think everybody's doing that.
Debates. We need a group debate on here. Like they need to make it some more than 2 people, so we could just roast one person.
They need to, honestly though. This app has so many things messed up in it. Like literally, I haven't been able to debate anybody for like days. It's been tricky.
I would open the app and it would just shut, and I'd be like, what? Yeah. Or sometimes it'll pop up with a notification. I'll click on it and it won't be there.
Like I was,
and I'm like,
or the people are on and they're not, or something like that. It's just
Okay, earlier it was like Austin's in debate, so I was like, okay, I'll challenge him, and then it just stopped. Tal, if you're talking to me, I'm touching my hair because I just dyed it, and I'm trying not to let the dye sit on my face, or else it might stain my face.
And I'm touching my head because I'm beautiful. So get the fuck out.
Goodbye. Tal's
no,
gone.
yeah.
Rest in peace.
All right. That's interesting. It's interesting because he's anti-gay, and he.
Is Tal really?
I think he is.
Tal, are you
he's not.
gay?
Never mind. I don't know.
I was like, what?
I don't know. Could be. Sounded like he was insecure about his sexuality.
I like how Nav just said, "I'm 5 genders."
Who knows what they're.
What's wrong with these comments? I don't even know what's going on.
No, yeah. Yeah. Do you have any other questions? Anything going?
No. How do you feel about gun control? I mean, now we're on one topic. We should just spiral on.
I do believe in more regulations. I'm definitely one of those guys.
Mm-hmm.
No.
You're a terrible person.
No. Obviously we need universal background checks. I agree with the 24-hour waiting period, and I mean, I wouldn't mind. Actually, if we're going to have a Second Amendment, that we teach kids how to use guns in school under an actual teacher, get proper safety, proper lessons, proper instructions. So if we're going to make it a part of our everyday life, then people need to know how to use these very dangerous things safely and, responsibly. Now,
my thing is, like, with the higher level guns, I don't understand why anyone would need, like, assault rifles and, like, really high powered weapons that have, like, the capability to kill so many people. Because I understand if you're going to go hunting, but I feel like they should be regulated. I didn't grow up in a house with guns. Tal, shut up, Tal. You act like you grew up on some range with a ton of guns. Like, we know you didn't. But so when it comes to, like, higher firepower, I just feel that, like, it should be regulated more. And it's not the same as we treat. I feel like they treat them the same as pistols, but they're not. They're not handguns. They're not.
Well, I'm from the South, so. Tal, I feel it from Israel. South, we got a few guns too. Let's go. What I'm saying is this: military members should be able to purchase assault weapons. I mean,
I agree. They have the proper training
as
for
far
it.
as the general public. I mean, I wouldn't mind that approach. And actually, I've stated that before. I usually try not to actually advocate it though, because it's so.
I lived in North Carolina. So, oh my God, what happened to the comments?
I think Austin's just really bored. Oh, no, but I try not to go that far. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I'd agree with you on that. I could easily argue for a buyback program for guns. Absolutely, I'd agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, and I don't know. I lived in North Carolina for I think a year, on a base, but I was too young to remember, and I moved back. But so I don't really know a lot of the South and their customs. I wasn't there for that long, and I live in California, so it's a little different here. Our problem's more people smoking weed and less with handguns.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. And so, we're kind of fighting another front here. And so I don't see it as much, but I just also feel like I don't want it to spread here because I feel like it could easily start coming over here. And that's one of, like, my big fears, especially when San Bernardino happened, because I was, like, partially close to it in the Central Valley. And, it's something where if it were to come over here, it would not be good.
Yeah, I mean, well, when we're talking about Islamic terror, that's a slightly different thing. I also, totally support people that are on the no-fly list should not be able to buy guns. I mean, that's really
they shouldn't.
obvious.
If they can't fly as a passenger on a plane, why should they be able to own a gun? I mean, it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, well, I mean, then you can also, appeal your position on that too. So the no fly list is not permanent. So
Yeah.
that's one thing. But no, yeah, I mean, of course, yeah, guys. I mean, I'm not. It's not like you're gonna ever find out who I am. So what's up?
Oh no, he's telling Chris.
Yes, shit. Um,
He's gonna argue that evolution's not real and that.
did somebody actually want to argue on that evolution's not real? Because
Yeah, I think Nav just wants to debate you in general. I think you should go debate him before he has like a massive seizure.
all right, I mean, I actually respect Nav a little bit more than most people on here, just because I've seen some of his debates and he's made a couple good points.
I don't know if you can hear me. I just totally lost you. I have no clue.
Oh shit! Really?